welcome to Emerge Wednesday. I'm Dorothea Schuler, and I'm so glad you decided to join us. On this week's show, we'll be taking time to reflect on Thanksgiving and giving thanks, and our special guest, Cristal Spellman, the founder of Plaza Bakery, and Darmeshia Guyton, the CEO of Mimi, the design studio, will be talking all about their emergence as entrepreneurs. A little later in the show, we will be making a divine decision and getting Deshana's 2 cents on finance. But first, like we always do at this time, we're going to hear some amazing tips from Tiffany to help you emerge as a CEO. So come on, let's go and tiptoe over with Tiffany into the CEO's Corner.
Emerge yourself.
Welcome to the CEO Corner. So everybody, I really hope you all had a great Thanksgiving holiday. I know I did. And I do have to tell you that Thanksgiving is my absolute favorite holiday. And that's because we come together, we enjoy our time, we eat great food, and it's really not about buying presents and it's not about going shopping. It's just about us. And then I use this holiday and the weekend to relax, to clean my house, to organize, and to most importantly, rest from the world. I don't really go out. This is the most time I actually spend in my house probably all year, and it's just like a reset. So I just love Thanksgiving. And each holiday season comes with high expectations for a cozy and festive time of year. However, we do have to think for many, this time of year is brings so much sadness and anxiety or depression. Thanksgiving season can actually lift the spirits, and it's built right into the holiday of being grateful. So just a little note for you guys. The word gratitude is derived from the Latin word gratia, which means grace, graciousness, or gratefulness. And I've been seeing a lot of people spell gratefulness wrong, so it's a little pet peeve of mine. Gratefulness is GRATEFULNESS. Just for some of you out there, I've been seeing it a lot on Facebook. So yes, just want to let you guys know. So as a result, being grateful also helps people connect to something larger than themselves as individuals, whether it's to other people, to nature, or a higher power. In positive psychology research, gratitude is strongly and consistently associated with greater happiness. Gratitude helps people feel more positive, have more positive emotions, relish good experiences, improve their health, which we all need, deal with adversity, and build strong relationships. And in the climate we are in now, we need all of those things. So be thankful. Find at least one thing to be thankful for, no matter what you have going on in life or where you are in life. And I'm Tiffany Boyle, and that's my tip from the CEO Corner.
Emerge yourself.
All right. Hey, Cristal. We are so excited to have you on the show today. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Can you tell us a little bit about who Cristal Spellman is?
Yes, ma'am. I am Cristal Spellman, owner of Plaza Bakery, LLC, located in Virginia Beach, Virginia. I am in the Regency Hilltop Shopping Center off of Laskin Road. So we are a bakery for all things sweet. We are a custom bake shop. So we do all sorts of things. We make sure that we have every occasion covered. So wedding cakes, birthday cakes, anniversaries, baby showers, bridal showers. If you can, describe it or you can imagine it, we can make it happen.
Nice. I want some sweet right now.
I know. So we're known for our almond wedding cake pedophores. This is something that we hand do, and you can't get it anywhere else. People come from far and wide. We have people that ask us to ship. They've, had it all their lives, so they're used to it now, and they just can't get enough. So it's a 1-inch square of almond wedding cake, and it has a light layer of vanilla fondant on it. And then we decorate it, baby booties or flowers or anything like that. So, yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to give you my shipping address, and then I'm sure Tiffany will give you hers. You can go ahead and send us. I don't care if it's a baby booty or whatever. Just ship it on.
Will do.
How long have you been there, and like what made you start, this bakery?
Yeah, so it's been in, let me see, October 2020 is when I actually started Plaza Bakery. It was basically supposed to be just something that gives me joy. It was supposed to be a hobby. I had an at-home bakery before that, and I did it because I was experiencing some anxiety, just not knowing what my next season would be because my youngest son was going to college. I've always been a really strong person, so here I am faced with anxiety, and I was like, this is not me. What do I do next? And I began a spiritual journey, just stopping everything that I was doing, that I was thinking. The coronavirus was here. So I was like, okay, I've got to do something different. This fear, this anxiety is coming, and it was definitely new to me. So I had to find a way to get out of it.
Nice. I can relate. So my son went to college about 7 or 8 years ago, and I had like a fake but real panic attack level of anxiety, but it wasn't the pandemic. So I can't even imagine how that compounded on top of that, and how neat that you emerged with all of that going on.
Exactly. I'm always thinking of how to keep everything in order. Always been one to just be in total control of everything, making sure that I had all, I's dotted and all T's crossed. And the pandemic just showed me that we aren't in control of anything, actually, that God is actually in control of it. And if he says stop, everything will stop. And the pandemic showed us that. So I had to go on this spiritual journey with him because I really needed to know what he was going to have me to do next. Now that my children were out the house and older, I sort of had a void of, okay, well, my kids kind of don't need me as much. What do I do now? Going on this spiritual journey, he showed me that he had another plan for my life. And, it just came from anxiety and trying to figure it all out. So, yeah.
That's
awesome. I'm glad you shared that with me so I can prepare my life next year, because Tiffany's daughter will be going to college and we already can't get her brain to stop coming up with stuff. So thanks for the warning. I need to get sleep now, because apparently from what you're telling me, she's going to have us just doing the mostest. I ain't mad though. I'm cracking up. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
I don't know if you get in these things, but I call them like hustle mode. Like I feel like when I'm slacking off, I'm like, no, I got to get in hustle mode. And I go like extra hard probably for like a month or two. So do you get the same thing? I'm like, I don't, it's a problem I think I have.
Yeah. And I experienced the same thing, but it was just God letting me know that I just need you to listen for a second, because everything that you thought or everything that you planned is pretty much not what it's going to be. As I started listening to him and started praying and looking for answers, he started to open doors that I didn't even know would open, and started introducing me to people that I wouldn't normally meet, being in rooms that I wouldn't normally be in. So I definitely knew that it was all in his plan. And then I began to pray for specifically that, asking him for his plan for my life, and pretty much whatever I thought I wanted to do, I asked him to take that away from me, because here we are in this new revelation of knowing that he's in control now. And so now asking him for his plan, and here I am.
I love that. I usually ask for his plan, but I never say take away my plan, because I know my plan is all in there.
I realize this is answered prayer for us Emerge girls. I'm like, yes, this will definitely help us. I'm so thankful for you, Cristal. I'm going to get your address so I can ship something to you.
I don't know if it's going to help or not help, because it might be like, well, you need to do X, Y, and Z.
Exactly. And let me tell you, whatever it is that he tells you, it might not feel comfortable. Right. Because being at an at-home bakery and, not having the overhead and not having all of the stress that comes with opening a storefront, that pretty much was my comfort zone. I was like, okay, I can do this. I can monitor this and I can monitor that. But it took an extreme amount of faith to do what he told me to do. And he hasn't left me yet. I can tell you right now that I've gone through some struggles from at home to a storefront, and the things that I could tell you that man cannot do would just amaze you.
Right. So it definitely was brave. You opened up in the midst of the pandemic. I think that's amazing. But, and I think today we were talking about home bakeries, like how I'm wondering if it's like becoming a therapeutic thing for people, because you guys are putting in so much love into your work, and it's not, like a Sam's Club or a Walmart,
Right.
and I wonder if people are really, because of the pandemic, it's like they need that extra, care. And it feels like, you're like literally caring for someone else because you're taking the time to make a beautiful cake that's like personalized for them. So.
Yeah. And it's also the fact of the experience of it all as well. I have people that come into my shop and they just enjoy the part about talking to me about what it is that they want to see. So I do believe that it is therapeutic. I know that was what it was for me, being able to just turn off all of the noise and just get in there and just bake. And so that helped me out a lot. I found that it took away a tremendous amount of stress. It just helped me get my mind clear. So it was that I believe was the beginning of me being able to turn off the noise and also listen to what God was saying as well. So the whole thing, all of it is orchestrated. All of it came together, but it was definitely in his plan. And he later on revealed to me, do you remember this? Okay, this is why I had you there. Okay, well, do you remember this? Okay, this part right here is going to strengthen you for this right here. So it's times when, I had some fears or I had some trouble, and, he was like, hold on. Do you remember when you did this then? This is the same exact thing. Apply what I've given you. And so, yeah, so it's like this personal relationship that I have with him now definitely came through baking, definitely came through the pandemic. All of it was orchestrated so that I can be closer to him. So it's just amazing what he's done so far. And I'm just so excited to see where he's taking me next.
All right. I love it. Well, if you are just tuning in, you are listening to Emerge. I'm Tiffany Boyle along with co-host Dorothea Schuler, and we are getting words of wisdom from Cristal Spellman, and she's talking to us about how to just clear our minds, what we want to do, and listen to God's word. And that's how she gets to do what she gets to do every day. So we thank you for that. So what was like the business aspect of it? How did you determine, do you want to be a sole prop? Do you want to be a LLC? How do you become a baker? I know nothing about that part.
Right. So starting out at the at-home bakery, it was really easy. You pretty much had to form the LLC, which is basically the easy part. The hard part, I would say, about starting an at-home bakery would be the inspection of your home. That is, when I say not a hard part, I mean, I have OCD, so I could actually eat off my floor probably. So it wasn't that. It was that the health department, when you are doing something in your home, everything has to be separate. So I had to completely turn all of my cabinets different sort of ways to appease them, making sure that all of my temperatures were correct, making sure I was using all of the correct things. So that took, I would say, a good 2 months for me to actually go through the book, which is basically the size of a dictionary of what they would want you to do. So that is how the at-home piece happened. When it comes to the storefront piece of it, I was able to purchase a business that was already existing, which helps when you want to step out from being a very small business to now stepping to the next level. It's a lot easier to do it that way rather than coming in and basically starting from scratch, because everything costs, from the floors to the paint on the walls to, all of the equipment that you have to have. All of that is an extremely expensive thing to do. So, I was blessed to be able to come into a business where I purchased it and it had all the equipment in it. So I was able to go in and kind of just do my thing. As far as the baking was concerned, one of the things that I wasn't expecting, though, was that I had the actual staff that was there at the previous owner's bakery before I came. And that was an extreme challenge, that they weren't used to someone that was going to come in and pretty much do order. This was just a small time bakery. So they were pretty much kind of running their own show, kind of employee operated. Yeah. And to have somebody come in and say, so we're not leaving until we clean up.
I love it.
Yeah, we're going to, treat the customers with respect. We're going to change the way that we deal with customers, customer service piece, all of that. So my 18-year career in the education system, working with children, working with teachers, all of that pretty much, it prepared me for what I had to do. I was also a bookkeeper when I was in the education system. So
Nice.
that helped me understand my money piece and the ins and outs of what's coming in, what's going out. So everyone that's going to listen to God's plan, you just have to reach deep down inside, and it's a lot that you have in you already that's going to basically put you through the next season. He set it up that way. He put everything inside of you that you need. You just got to dig deep and make sure that you understand that it's in there. Just like bacon, it's in there.
I love how you said order, because anyone listening right now, you have literally almost given like an entrepreneur class to any small business in that area that's transitioning from their home. Like the way you did it, the way you thought about it, like, okay, I'm going to here, but I'm going to purchase this business. And it's because it will cost more overhead. And why do I need to try to start over when I can come in here and shift my business in? But hold up, wait. Now I need to make sure that that lines up with what I'm bringing in, because like you said, they were still operating off of the old business format and not what you wanted, which was order. And so that's awesome. Like you were able to come in and transition employees to your vision. That is hard to do. And I think, like you said, your teaching background, definitely lesson plans, process, order, schedules, and then you being a bookkeeper, all of that. So I'm just so impressed with what you just told us. And anyone listening should like definitely get their notepad out, because you just laid it down, honey.
Well, thank you. And a lot of people are afraid to do that just because, I don't know if it's sometimes in our culture, we're afraid to tell the next person something that can help, in fear that that is going to take away from us somehow. And it's the complete opposite. If you don't spread and give the next person what it is that you know to help them out, then why are we here? God prepared us to love one another, to touch other people, and to be as he is to us. So anybody that I can help, pray that God will give me other platforms to be able to tell my story and to help anyone who's thinking about doing the next. The key step, though, is to just trust him and to pretty much ask for his plan. And anything that you thought was going to be the next plan, just go ahead and put it away, because 9 times out of 10, it's not what he's thinking.
That's it. Well, let us all know how we can get in contact you, again, where your business is located, all the above.
Sure. So Plaza Bakery LLC, we are on Facebook at Plaza Bakery VB. We are also on Instagram, Plaza Bakery VB as well. Located in Virginia Beach, it's 1940 Laskin Road, Suite 305 in Regency Hilltop. That's behind Captain George's. Everybody knows the seafood restaurant, Captain George's, and off of Laskin. So yeah, so we're in the shopping center right behind that for a reference. Our phone number is 757-340-3931. If you ever need anything for any occasion, we are the place to go.
Great. And so I feel like, Cristal, no pressure, but since you've dropped so much wisdom on us today, I think you're going to be amazing at answering our signature question, which is, what does the word emerge mean to you?
The word emerge means that you can't be afraid to go to the next level. You have to be able to emerge into whatever it is that's coming next year, next season. All of us go through seasons, whether we know it or not. Just making sure that you're being wise before you go into your next season and taking it all in stride. But more so, you just got to have that spiritual piece in check, because it'll lead and guide you all the way. So don't be afraid to emerge.
I love it. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. I look forward to going to your Plaza Bakery behind Captain George's. That was a great reference.
Yes.
Thank you
so much for having me. I appreciate it.
You've been an inspiration to me, and I mean, I'm amazing. So best of luck to you and your endeavors. And I already know that you're going to be so much more successful than you could have ever imagined, because your heart and mind is in the right place. So thank you for stopping by with us today.
Not a problem.
Emerge yourself.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan.
Separated.
We were able to get in touch with each other in no time.
Idea how to find each other.
The whole experience was
the
fine.
most frightening 10 hours of my life.
If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Message.
Some parents plan ahead, some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Mom, can I have $1?
My purse is upstairs on my bed.
It's not here.
What about your sister's room?
Nope.
The upstairs closet?
No.
The downstairs closet?
Mom, there are no more closets.
I'm sorry, honey. It was right here all along.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep their kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
Emerge yourself.
Welcome back. I'm Dorothea Schuler, and you're listening to Emerge Wednesdays, the radio show that's all about entrepreneurs and business and is the premier information source for business owners. If you're just now joining us, Tiffany and I just spoke with Cristal Spellman, the founder of Plaza Bakery, LLC, located in Virginia Beach, Virginia. So if you want to hear all about her amazing story of emergence, as well as tempted, like Tiffany and myself, to camp out at her bakery the next chance we get, you can catch up on her interview as well as listen to any of our previous shows by visiting emergethemagazine.com. Okay, people, so we all navigate throughout the course of our lives based upon a series of decisions. A decision is defined as a conclusion or resolution reached after consideration. And divine means excellent. So we're making an excellent choice. And now, keeping that in mind, let's make the divine decision today to operate in Thanksgiving. With the recent holiday Thanksgiving, why not let today's divine decision be about just that? A focus on Thanksgiving. I mean, it's relevant. And personally, Thanksgiving was a very different one for me this year, being that it was 10 days post-surgery for me. And honestly, it was a battle for me to change my mindset to one of Thanksgiving versus the mindset I had of questioning my circumstances. Questioning them in a way that's contradictory to what I know to be true. So I asked myself, what are you thankful for, Dorothea? What are all the amazing things that I can be thankful for to help negate this whirlwind of feelings that I'm dealing with and have been leading up to and what I've been going through during this experience? It was a stark realization that I needed to apply the truth to myself the way I've preached it to others. And that would be giving thanks in all things, knowing this is the perfect will of God the Father, knowing that my reluctance to be thankful in the midst of my experience was the problem, and that in order to have the victory I needed, I would have to overcome that mindset because it was preventing me from having the right focus. I was overwhelmed. I needed to apply my situation to the following statement: rejoice always, pray without ceasing, and in everything give thanks. There were two things stated there: to rejoice always, and in everything give thanks. It didn't say rejoice in the good times. It said to rejoice always, and in everything give thanks. When my grandmother, the most influential person in my life, passed, for years I was hurt and unable to grasp her going on into rest. I had to realize that her passing didn't negate or take away that I could still rejoice in all of the love that she provided me and to be thankful about it. So as you reflect on Thanksgiving, ponder all of the things that you can rejoice in always, and know that in everything you can give thanks. So join me today and make the divine decision to emerge into your best life by operating in Thanksgiving, knowing this decision will ultimately help to shape and create a path that reflects a light of excellence in our lives. This, my friends, has been another divine decision with Dorothea. And you, too, can decide to be a part of Emerge Wednesdays by submitting your response to our signature question. What does the word emerge mean to you? Share that with us on our IG at Emerge the Magazine. This week's response is from my one and only son, Brian Amari Hart, whom I got to spend Thanksgiving with. To me, the word emerge means to bring something up out of you, almost like elevating. Thanks, Brian. And how ironic of an answer, since your emergence came from me, and being your mom has truly elevated my life to a place beyond my prayers. Okay, and you can follow Brian on IG at 2BHart. That's 2BHART. You're enjoying Emerge Wednesdays, and up next, Deshana and Tiffany will be speaking with Darmeshia Guyton. Darmeshia Mimi Guyton is a licensed Virginia realtor, as well as the founder, owner, and principal designer of Mimi G Design Studio, and has a magnetic passion for creating unique, dynamic, and eco-friendly spaces. Darmeshia comes from an extensive construction background, was raised building homes, and developed a love for all parts of real estate. As a natural-born creative, Darmeshia first was interested in buying spaces through interior decorating. She quickly learned the nuances and importance of interior design industry and fell head over heels for the attention to detail, precise technicality, and problem solving that designers are known for. Her desire is to help the public create spaces that are aesthetically appealing as well as functional. And now, Tiffany and Deshana with Darmeshia Guyton.
Emerge, emerge yourself.
All right. Hello, everybody. We are here with Darmeshia Guyton. We are so excited to be talking to you today, Darmeshia. How are you doing?
I'm well, Tiffany. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really excited to be here, and I hope you guys can't hear my dogs in the background.
Well, I'm saying the same thing. No, but we can't. So yeah, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
So let's see, where do I start? I am a licensed Virginia realtor here. I also own and operate the Mimi G Design Company located in Old Town Portsmouth, right on High Street. I also have an online home decor company called Neutral Leopard. I am a mother of 5 and a wife to 1 with 5 little puppies.
Good.
Maybe we should have started off asking what she doesn't do, because
I know. I'm like, that's like an army.
A mother to 5. I'm like, man, let me stop complaining about these 2 kids I got up here. She said,
well, 4 out of the 5 are grown. So we did pretty good. You know, they're all doing their own thing and successfully. You've actually interviewed them here on the, you interviewed 3 out of the 5 of them on the show before. The TRK, the rich kids, those are my babies. So they're doing great things. And yeah, that was a full-time job, but you know, I got to hustle and give them something to look forward to.
Yes, I remember interviewing them. They were so great, and they gave us like a little sneak peek into their album before, you know, they were on the show before their album release party. Mm-hmm. So very exciting. So I mean, how does it feel to have like so many talented children?
You know what it is? They shocked me. I'm like, you guys really, like, there's not really much that they can't do individually and collectively, but outside of being musically talented, like they're incredibly intelligent. You know, I have 2 at HBCUs, another one getting ready to go to a HBCU. They're majoring in big things. I have 1 architecture major, 1 pre-med major, and my youngest daughter, she is about to go to Norfolk State for mathematical engineering. So they're smarter than me. And so it's just watching them is just awesome. And it's something that very proud. It makes us very proud.
No, that is awesome. So Misha, okay. Do you want us to call you Darmeshia or Misha?
Fine. Fine for you.
But to everybody else, it's Darmeshia. Now, what came first? You having the design studio or you being a realtor?
My real estate license came first. I became licensed in 2013, so it'll actually be 10 years next year. But I grew up in construction. So I come from a family of builders. I have a sister who's a Class A contractor. My brother, he was an engineer. And so they did a lot of building. I grew up in this type of lifestyle. So it just seemed like the natural thing. I love everything about real estate. And then in 2017, I went to, and I got my real estate license in 2013. And then I actually also started college for my interior design degree in 2013 as well. And I graduated with that in 2017.
Oh, okay. Nice. So what about those two, I guess, industries drew you to them?
So initially, when I went to look at schools for my interior design degree, I was like many other people who was just interested in the decorating portion, because I've always had a knack for seeing things, putting things together, creating a final space. And it wasn't until I went and met with my advisor there that I really learned what interior design is and how it is more than just the aesthetic, how we're problem solvers. And so I fell in love with that part. And I always had a love for real estate. So it just felt like that was what I was supposed to do, was to marry the two together. I offer my design services to my real estate clients and vice versa. And it just, some people don't know what their gifts are. And really, honestly, I didn't learn what my gift was until I was well into my 30s. And my gift is create beautiful spaces and to give people beautiful spaces, whether through real estate or in design.
Darmeshia, I think you touched on something so powerful there. I meet a lot of people, and I have nieces. One niece is about 23, 24. The other one is almost 20. And they have this mindset where they're supposed to have it figured out. And I'm like, that is a myth. There is no such thing as figuring it out or where you're supposed to be at a certain age. So the fact that you just said you did not find your passion until well into your 30s, I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, absolutely. My oldest daughter is 21, and she was one of those. Actually, my oldest daughter is not, our youngest daughter, she's 18, and she's the one who was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm like, girl, you're just 18. I was 37 when I graduated with my interior design degree. And so, I was a lot older than my peers. I was a lot older than my classmates. Honestly, it wasn't while I was in school, because I was in school with people who were younger than me, who I felt like were more talented than I was. But it wasn't until I actually got into the field and started working with people that I realized that this really is my gift, because there's a lot of things that people can't see. And I'm changing lives. It's more than just creating spaces that look good. Good design is a form of mental health, if you ask me. Where you live at, where you decide to take up space, if that space is not aesthetically pleasing, if that space is not in a manner that is conducive to your lifestyle, it really does affect your day. And I have clients time and time again that tell me now they just want to be at home. They love where they are. And so, I really had to figure out, maybe I do have a gift for this, and maybe this is my gift. And I was looking for something prophetic, and, because there's lots of people who can sing. There's lots of people who have the gift of conversation. There's lots of people who are people person. And if I'm being honest, I'm not really a people person, but I realized that just because it's not the gift that I thought it should be, or the way my gift looks, it's still a gift.
I hope you caught that. I'm not even going to repeat it, because I'm not going to take anything away from what you said, but I hope you caught that. That's all I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is great. I mean, it was so much involved in that, and it's so refreshing and I guess motivating to people who are in their 30s or even in their 40s and 50s to say, hey, when you find, what your passion is, you too can go towards it no matter how old you are. Because, society deems us like after a certain point, you can't, you're just stuck here now. And I'm like, no, that's not the case.
Absolutely.
Not at all. So I love your perseverance and dedication.
Yeah, I try. I'm not a quitter. So that's one thing I'm not going to do. I'm always going to keep going. I might fuss about it, but I'm going to keep going.
That's too funny.
So if you are tuning in, you are listening to the Emerge Radio Show. I'm your co-host, Shayna Kemp Garnett, along with host Tiffany Boyle. And today we are talking with Miss Darmeshia Guyton. Tiffany, I'm sorry I cut you off right in the middle of your thought.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just going to ask about the business aspect of starting your own showroom. Like we all know, like starting a business is somewhat difficult. So talk us through your steps to emerging from beginning to where you are now. now and then where you want to be?
Okay. So I graduated in 2017. I opened up my design showroom in 2018. If I were to look back in retrospect, I would not have opened it as soon as I did. However, because I've done that, I've been able to learn the ins and outs of business. I've been able to learn the ins and outs of what not to do the next time around or what I should change. It's definitely not easy. I had to go and I had to work on contracts. I've had to revise my contracts for clients based on whether it was a residential design or a commercial design. Relationships in business, period, but relationships in interior design business are 100% priority because 75 to 80% of an interior design business is contingent upon somebody else doing their job well. So while I can create a design, it's going to take a contractor or an architect to bring that design to life. And if those relationships that you have with those outside people are not what they need to be, then no matter how good your design is, the project is not going to go the way that you should go or the way that it should go. So learning processes, being able to revamp as needed, figuring out what works and what doesn't work. So I am a full-fledged showroom. You can come into my storefront on High Street, and you can pick your flooring, you can do your countertops, you can pick your cabinetry. It's basically like walking into Lowe's. It's just I'm on a smaller scale. And I had to reach out and I had to have my business in line. So I had to have a resale certificate. I had to have a business license. I had to show that I was a full-fledged business in order to obtain those things. And so now when clients come in, or even customers, because customers are the people who don't necessarily want my design services, but they might need to order a cabinet. Now I can offer that and create multiple streams of income just through that. So having multiple streams of income within one company really helps. That's what led me to opening up the online decor store, because it just made sense. And it's just really about relationships and making sure that all of your ducks are in the row and that you are doing your very best and being not afraid to take risks, but also not afraid to make changes if you need to for the benefit of your business.
I like it. Yeah. So switching gears to the real estate side of things, how do you connect with your buyers or sellers versus I guess other realtors, or what is it about you that your clients would want to come to you?
So all of my clients become family. I treat them as family. I work for them as if I was working for my family. So if I'm looking at properties, I'm finding a property that, would I live here? Would I want this property? Is this what I think is what's best for my clients? And then also at the end of the day, most of us agents are very, very straightforward. And that's the only way it is to be in real estate, because you have to be able to let your client know what to expect in the event of adversity. We all like to think that all deals are going to be smooth sailing all the way through, but the reality is they're not. And we need to be able to prepare our clients for that. And that's what I feel like I bring to the table. I'm knowledgeable. I do first-time home buyers. I can do luxury homes. I can do commercial homes, but I also bring that design aspect. So when I'm working with investors or working with buyers who may be looking at a rehab property, I have the skill set and the knowledge to be able to tell them what they can and cannot do, give them the resources of who they can get these things done with. And so I really just walk my clients from point A to point Z, making sure that at the end of the day, I'm working for their best interest and that they're getting the best part of me.
Yes. So tell us how we can contact you, follow you, and the address of the showroom.
Okay, so my showroom is located at 710 High Street in Portsmouth. It's in Old Town. We are working on an appointment-only basis right now because schedules change and we become busy, which is a good thing. But you can schedule your appointment at www.mimigdesignco.com. darmishaco.com. You can reach us at 757-673-2684, or you can text us at 757-693-4063. All of my social media, you can follow my interior design page at Mimi G Design Co. on Facebook and Instagram. And then my personal page, if you're interested, is Darmeshia Guyton on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Man, you ran that down so quick. And I'm normally sitting up here like, all right, let me get to the Instagram real quick. Oh my gosh, you read that down so quick. All right, Tiffany, go ahead, Darmeshia.
I did TV for 2 years, so I had to learn real quick how to put my information out there.
That is okay.
That is too funny. And I just, before Deshana, before you get to your question, I just like to tell all my people 35 and older that we no longer have to say www in front of the website.
You are correct. I do know that, yes.
I let everybody on the show know I know who is 35 or older because everybody does www. such and such.
You are correct, though. I do know that part.
You know the bad thing about that, Tiffany, when you said, I'm like, I do that. Not only was I still saying that, but I was counting out the W's as I said them because I'm like, sometimes after I said the second one, I'm like, did I get the third one? Did you get? And I really don't need any of the three.
I'm telling you. Oh, too funny. All right. That was my caveat.
All right. So, Darmeshia, this has been a most informative interview, and we've loved having you on the show today. And before we let you go, we're going to ask you one more question, which is my favorite question, our signature question. And that is, what does the word emerge mean to you?
Emerge is growing. It means becoming who you're supposed to become and just living fully.
I like that one, living fully. I like it. I'm going to add that to the mix.
Okay.
Of the amazing definitions I have heard. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Misha, for coming on, telling us what you did and giving us really some motivation and some inspiration about dedication and perseverance and giving us a little bit of insight on interior design.
Well, thank you for asking me to do this, only an hour ago. It was a pleasure. I really enjoyed it.
I mean, we love giving people time to prepare,
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
We're going to have a show on planning. That's what we're going to do. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye.
Emerge yourself.
Check out my new time machine.
Does it work?
Hit the button.
Hey, it's Napoleon.
Oui. Check out the future.
Hey, you have a nice house. Why don't I?
You didn't save any money, buddy.
If only there was a way I could go back in time and fix that.
Yeah.
Save something for the future. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
I started going cold turkey. Well, at least when I'm in the car.
I know I shouldn't do it, but it's so hard to stop. That's why I hide it from myself, so I won't be tempted.
I used to do it all the time. I stopped by locking it in my glove compartment.
My friend used to do it way too much. Now I turn it off when we're in the car.
My solution is simple. I just don't do it.
There are lots of ways to stop yourself and others from texting and driving. How will you stop? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Emerge yourself.
Hello and happy Wednesday, Emerge family. It is me, Deshana Kemp Garnett, and it is time for my 2 cents. I have been thinking and pondering what I wanted to talk about today. And I figured out what I wanted to talk about. So often I talk to y'all about budgeting, about saving, about making sure your taxes are right, about making sure you're doing everything you're supposed to do financially. But I want to take a step back. If you are listening to me, maybe you're not a business owner. Maybe you're not a small business owner or entrepreneur. But I'm sure you have some family members that are. I'm sure you have some friends that are. So this message is for you. I want you to support your friends. Support your family members. Did y'all hear me? I want you to support your friends and family members. I know some of you do that so well. You're posting, you're sharing, you're giving word of mouth, you're sending text messages. Some of us, we can do better. I know we can. Me included. I have a lot of friends that are entrepreneurs, a lot of friends who own businesses. And so when I'm around somebody and they're saying, hey, I need somebody that's an auto mechanic, sometimes I'm not even thinking about those people who are close to me who have those type of businesses. So this is what I want you to do. When you have some free time, get out your pen and paper or just use your phone, use your notes function. Think about all your friends and family members that have businesses. Think about the things they do, whether they have a craft business, event planning, real estate, different type of development businesses, whether they have a magazine, whether they offer financial services, whether they offer housekeeping, cleaning. Make sure when you're in a conversation, when you're in the room and someone is looking for that product or that service, refer your friend, refer that family member. You help them build their brand and you help them with income. It's about to be time for the holidays. You should be sharing and referring all your friends and family members with businesses. Oh my gosh, you should be referring them. Tell your people, hey, tell them I sent you. I'm Deshana Kemp Garnett, and that's my 2 cents.
Here's what's coming up in Hampton Roads.
Are you a small, woman-owned, or minority-owned business who wants to do business with the Commonwealth of Virginia? Then this is for you. The SWAM Certification Information Workshop, Wednesday, November 30th, 2022, at 10 o'clock a.m. to 12 o'clock p.m. This will take place at the ODU Women's Business Center. For additional information, visit sbsd.virginia.gov. Small Business Saturday is happening on Saturday, December 3rd, 2022 at 10 o'clock a.m. at One Step Forward Nutrition. This is in Suffolk, Virginia. To get tickets, visit unation.com. Let's take a look at some local and regional activities. 1865 Brewing Emerge and RPEO presents Brew. Business Relationship Emerge Wednesday. Business networking event with happy hour prices. The November Business Spotlight will be Jason Smith of J. Smith Entertainment. This will be November 30th, 2022, 5 to 7 p.m. at 1865 Brewing in Hampton, Virginia. A special thank you for the guests for today's show. If you missed out on a part of today's show or to listen to past episodes, visit emergethemagazine.com.
Emerge yourself.